Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. There was the big Tokyo Game Show SNK presentation, and we got some pretty big announcements. And this, well, it isn't one of them. We got our latest King of Fighters mobile game. King of Fighters runs phone games, so we got a new one, so I figure, hey, might as well bring it up while we're here. But yes, you may have looked at the title of this video and are like, Chun-Li and Ken Masters are joining Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. And who could have seen this coming? Who could possibly have the foresight and bravery to put that out to the masses that there is more Capcom and SNK crossovers happening? And who could be proven right so shortly after the fact? All I'm saying, all the people on Twitter and in the YouTube comments on that video who are like, no, I'm reading too much into this, go out and delete those comments right now, okay? I don't want to be a petty person about it, but I can be, okay? So when I'm right, I'm right. Give me my flowers. So yes, City of the Wolves, we got new challengers from the streets. Ken Masters and Chun-Li. Mildly popular characters, you might have heard of them. And yes, it's a showdown. So here's the thing, they're not part of the base roster. We don't even know the base roster yet. We're gonna get there, but now we know the first two DLC characters. So Ken will be among the first of the DLC characters in summer, and Chun-Li will be sometime winter 2025. So we do have another character coming out summer 2025, so likely dropping alongside Ken, so two characters, same day, seems likely. Also, keep in mind, these DLCs are completely free. You don't gotta pay one dime extra. You will get Chun-Li and Ken and whoever else it may be completely free when you buy the game. Pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. Now, of course, there's lots and lots of questions now that we know this, right? Now, one off top of a lot of people's heads, and like, this isn't being disrespectful, but this is just being real about it, right? Why Ken and not Ryu? Well, there's a few ways to look at it, and one is kind of easy. City of the Wolves already has a Shoto, it's Marco, and Marco is way closer to Ryu than he is to Ken. Ken, you can make a pretty different character, so, like, whatever. So there's that. Now, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, as we'll come back to this later, but there was an interview segment after this announcement, and they had these Street Fighter 6 producers on there, Shuhei Matsumoto and Takayuki Nakayama, and they answered, several questions about the crossover. And one of them basically is, hey, why Ken? Why Chun-Li, right? And the way they looked at it, besides obviously being iconic characters that people know from Street Fighter and are just inherently good crossover material in and of itself, is specifically Ken and Chun are direct rivals of Terry and Mai, and they have like fated battle / rival interactions in Capcom versus SNK 2. So Terry and Mai, basically the faces of the Fatal Fury franchise, right? So these are the two most directly analogous characters to put in, so it makes sense for them. And you can see that too in Terry's very recent debut here in Street Fighter 6. His arcade story mode has him dealing with Ken Masters as well. And they're reminiscent about the good old times, how it's been so long since they've met. Terry talking to Ken about the next time we meet. And when is the next time we meet? Well, it's summer 2025, turns out, is the next time we're going to meet. So Ken and Chun are the choices. Basically, as far as the Street Fighter crew is concerned, it made the most sense for them. And for me personally, given the very freeform systems that are in City of the Wolves, like the gameplay mechanics, that are even crazier than they are in Street Fighter 6, I'm looking forward to what Ken and especially Chun-Li can do, because they're going to be extra fun. And these challengers from the streets are basically bringing back the rivalry, right? Like we cover in this video, which will be linked in the video description at the end of the video. You really should check it out. It's really prescient and extra important now. But one of the big vibes they put in the Terry World Tour mode is they're trying to make Metro City versus South Town a thing. So now with Mai and Terry invading Street Fighter, Ken and Chun-Li invading Fatal Fury, right? That probably will continue onwards. And here's the thing, another thing. What will they look like? Like, we're using the Street Fighter 6 renders, but will they have the Street Fighter 6 look? Like, honestly, I like classic Chun-Li more than the Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li, and Hobo down on his luck Ken isn't the classic Ken experience, right? So I would think more classical Street Fighter 2 style Ken would be the look they're going for, but hey, who knows? Maybe it's even an all-new look. Anything really is possible. And now on the note here, going back to the Street Fighter producers, because they did talk a little bit about some of the choices. Apparently it was put up to a bit of a vote what characters were going to be in there. And for some people asked for Rolento. Rolento is a cool guy in his own right, admittedly, right? But I don't think he's going to move copies of a game like, say, Chun-Li would. But yeah, the Street Fighter producers very, very happy with people's reception to Terry and Mai in Street Fighter. Hope that people are just as happy for Ken and Chun-Li in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. On the greater panel, people were saying that it's going to be fun to hear someone say Hadouken in Fatal Fury of all things, right? You can hear Buster Wolf now in Street Fighter, so I guess it's only fair. And of course, due to the nature of how these Japanese panels always tend to work, you gotta shill. So hey, Terry, Street Fighter, go play him. Remember to go play Mai in Street Fighter 6 early next year. And by the way, the CVS 2 collection is also early next year. And on that note, with this golden age of collaboration, right? My personal reason why Ryu is not a playable character in Fatal Fury is because he's got bigger things to do in the future, right? Someone's got to be the face on the box for Capcom versus SNK 3, right? Because it's been likely for the last while, but especially after today, all the more yet. It's something I've been saying for quite a bit in the last little bit, but I'm going to keep saying it. Good times are ahead. Now, besides that, there's still more, right? There is King of Fighters 15, and we have Vice and Mature coming out later this year in December as well. And we got a very small preview on them. First up, Vice, and I'll say this right now, Vice has always been my favorite SNK character. Always. So this little preview, this little look, I'm a big fan, really evokes the feeling of the character, going for the classical KOF 96 look. And specifically, they say like her hair is a bit more wild, a bit more feathered out, because she's like the more wild and meaner of the pair, and they're just making her just a little bit more visually different in that way, just to really hone in on that aspect of the character. And whereas Vice is the brutal, sadistic, murdering cannibal, Mature is like the elegant one. So there you go, right? I don't know, Mature has her fans, but like Vice is the main event as far as I'm personally concerned. Now here's another fun little thing. We don't have gameplay or anything like that. I'm sad to say, it'll happen in time, right? But we did get a preview here. They gave us a little bit of like a mocap session, which I found is actually kind of cool. Like you usually don't get to see too much behind the scenes stuff like this. So there is that little update, although there is a big announcement on that front, in that there will be another major balance adjustment for the King of Fighters 15, affecting the entire roster. KO 15's been around for a hot minute now, right? So on top of getting new characters, a major balance revision this late in the game, as it were, is actually really cool. There's a lot of characters in the game, so I'm sure those patch notes are going to be substantial. So that'll be launching later this year like Vice and Mature will. Now, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves also playable on the Tokyo Game Show floor. The new build will have Mai Shiranui, and my understanding is there's also some system level changes as well. And we've never really seen much of Mai. Her trailer was, frankly, not as in-depth as some of the other characters. So if I can scrounge together enough footage, expect an update on what's going on with City of the Wolves. And Tokyo Game Show itself is just starting, right? So we already have some news from Arc System Works already live on the channel, some expansive news. And over the course of the next few days, I would hope there's even more fighting game news yet than what we've already got. That would be pretty fun. And of course, just gaming in general, there'll be lots of fun stuff happening. So look forward to that. And that is the update. Yeah, so Ken, Chun-Li coming to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, pretty dang cool. Cue the comments that Chun-Li stole Hokuto Maru's spot. I think these are some pretty good guest characters personally. That all said though, my friends, that is the news for the moment, and that is the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.